He is finally here! The Kaiser Soze of Marvel Strike Force. And by here, I mean we're releasing a video with his kit. I do not have a date as far as when he's going to be in the game, method, etc., etc. But Cyclops, the Kaiser Soze of Marvel Strike Force, is coming to the game. So this video is going to be about looking at his model real quick, kit, and stats. So I'm going to go through it in that way. I don't know what the T4 upgrades are. Everything that we're going to look at is going to be level 75, gear tier 13, 7 yellow, 3 reds. I interpolate the stats to get through it so it can better understand, you know, how that ranks compared to all the other stuff I do. So don't worry about that. This stuff's still kind of preliminary in my mind until it's in msf.gg and in the game and we can really look at those numbers. But excited he's in the game. We've been waiting forever, and I keep saying excited he's in the game. Excited we can announce he's coming to the game. Again, no date known, but anyway, let's go check him out.
Bring me WolverThor!
I'm a part of a volunteer Fox Next Envoy program. I'm not an employee of Fox Next, nor am I an employee of Marvel. I do not receive any payments from either of these companies. The information that I was provided came directly from Fox Next through this Envoy program. However, any opinions, comments, or analysis of this information is strictly my own. So there he is, just kind of doing his thing. Not going to really go over this too much. We get to see him from all sides, all angles. We kind of already seen this. You know, nothing too special. He's grabbing his visor. We're going to go through all this ability stuff, so we're not going to really focus on that. But, so, yeah, I mean, we kind of already knew how he's coming and, you know, his hair and all that. Super exciting. Is what it is. All right, so let's get into stuff we really care about. Let's talk some kit. All right, so as I'm reading this, you're going to see him in the background here kind of fighting an arena. And as you can tell, the arena team that these X-Men are going against is not a bad one. You know, it's kind of some stuff that you might see in the actual arena. There's no Ultron there, but there's a Falcon, Juggernaut, Magneto, Colossus, Phoenix. So, you know, you can kind of keep an eye on that as I'm reading through this. So, Cyclops. First off, his traits. Hero, Global, Mutant, Blaster, X-Men. Nothing surprising there. His basic is going to be called Optic Blast, attack primary target for damage, plus 50% chance to apply defense down. If Psylocke is an ally, always apply defense down. Now, what we've got here says 300% damage. I'm not, you know, I don't want to, we're going to do some T4 stuff in the future, so I'm not sure exactly how much of that is in the T4s. You know, some of the videos, they did show some of that, but I like to analyze that stuff kind of separately. So right now, it's just about knowing the damage and the defense down, Psylocke ally. Special. To me, this comes fully charged at 5 and apply taunt to the most injured, non-summoned, non-primary targets. So again, apply taunt to the 2 most injured, non-summoned, non-primary targets. So you're focusing on someone, and then it's going to look at 2 other people. Whatever those 2 other enemies are that are most injured, it's going to apply taunt to those 2 targets. You're going to then have an ally Wolverine attack the most injured of these enemies, and then you're going to call an ally, just an ally, to attack the second most injured of these enemies. So Wolverine hits the one with the lowest health, and then another ally goes to hit the other one. After that ally goes, then you, Cyclops, attacks the primary target for 350% damage. So again, primary target eventually gets hit at the end for 350. You're focusing 2 most injured allies or enemies. The one that's got the most or least health, I guess, Wolverine will hit. The one who's got the second least health or whatever is going to get hit by another ally. So it's pretty close. You're going to hit 3 people with this. Cyclops hits the main target, Wolverine hits the most injured target, and another ally hits the second most injured target. Next up, Ultimate Optic Devastation. Now we're going to talk about a special dynamic in this, which I'll go over in a second, but let me just read the ability. This comes with 6 out of 8 energy to start. So unless he's getting energy fed to him, this is going to be a turn 3 ability. Attack all enemies for 250% damage, plus apply slow for 2 turns. That by itself is awesome. You're hitting everybody for 250% damage and then applying slow for 2 turns. The one part I don't like about this is you're at turn 3 already when you're applying this. So how much use are you going to get out of those slows? I don't know. But not thinking about the 3rd turn aspect of it, it's a really nice ability to have. Now, the part that we got to talk about a little bit here, and we're going to get to this once we get to the passive, damage is increased by 25% per charged, then lose all charge. So the question becomes, how do you get charged? Okay, and that's all about the passive. All right, so the passive, Team Synergy. On turn and on an X-Men's ally turn, gain 2 charge, up to a maximum of 20. So every time either Cyclops or an X-Men ally turn goes, he's getting 2 charges. So you need 10 X-Men to go, and he's full charged. Okay, and this is by turn 3. So spoiler alert, he's going to be fully charged on turn 3. So 25% per charged is 500% more damage. So 500% plus 250 is 750% damage to everybody. We'll get into the stats in a minute and see how big of a deal that is. When an enemy, so back to the passive. When an enemy attacks an ally Phoenix or Dark Phoenix, 50% chance to attack that enemy for 200% damage. So anytime somebody hits Phoenix, he's got 50% chance to counter for 200% damage. If this character doesn't attack, call an assist from an ally Wolverine to attack. And Wolverine gains 80% damage for this assist. So no matter what, when somebody's hitting Phoenix, either Cyclops or Wolverine is hitting that person. Wolverine gets a damage boost when he does it, which is kind of nice because he can kind of be soft a little bit, in my opinion. Also in the passive, on an ally Phoenix death, gain offense up plus change an ally Wolverine speed bar by 100%. So the way I see this shaken out is you could very well have your ultimate for your 3rd turn with an offense up. If somebody doesn't kill Phoenix before Cyclops' 2nd turn, he's going to have offense up for his ultimate. So that's going to be a balance there depending how you do it. So we'll get over the speed a little bit when we get into the stats again, but he goes pretty early. So, you know, there's a chance, I think his speed was 108. So there's a chance that she might still be alive. And if that's the case, that makes him really, really nice to have on this team because that offense up, the ultimate, is going to be gross. And that's it. That's his kit. So, you know, overall looking at this thing, you know, it's still good. You know, we've seen a lot of different versions of this kit. I don't remember, honestly, if this was the last one or the first one. I remember calling the 2 targets, or taunting 2 and calling 2 allies to assist on an attack. Yeah, I don't remember the slow for 2 turns on the ultimate. That could be new. I remember the charges, and I remember some assists with Wolverine as well. So, and then obviously on the ally Phoenix death, I remember there's an animation where he kind of just screams and is. I don't know if it's been shown in the background here. I haven't been looking at it necessarily, but if it is there, maybe you guys saw it. So, anyway, pretty cool kit, pretty nice. In my mind, is this guy going to be good enough compared to what all the hype was before? Is going to be based on these stats because the kit's good. Start with the special, which is nice, but you know, how good is the stats going to be with the damage? Is it going to be as high as we originally thought it would be, or is it, have they brought it back down? And now that Black Bolt's in the game, is it just kind of like, yeah, he's here? So let's check out the stats. Okay, so here are the stats. Now, just so you guys know, we got the character stats based on, like I said, level 75, gear tier 13, 7 yellow, 3 red. You know, stuff that I normally don't put in the spreadsheet. So I had to do some interpolation based on using another tune to get to what I think the stats are going to end up being in msf.gg from whatever they pull from the files, but it should be pretty accurate. I've done this a few times, and it's almost dead nuts on every single time. So, Cyclops stats. Now, the ones I've got in here are level 70, 7 yellow stars, 0 red, T11, 1% star tech, and passive level 4. So he comes in ranked at 68th in the entire game, which to me, where he was originally, this was super disappointing for me. I think I originally had him like way higher. We're going to look in here because I still have the stats. And actually, as I scroll up, I don't think he's... Yeah, so he was actually 38th, so not that much higher, but 30 spots above where he's at. So, but let's see if, you know, the stats that he needs, damage, focus, you know, are there where we need them to be. Because if those are low ranks, that's going to hurt. So first one up, health, comes in at 64k. That's about 87 rank. It's like, okay, you just really don't want him to be too squishy. You know, the biggest one you kind of compare that to, or the bar to be set for squishy blasters, Johnny Storm. He is a glass cannon. He barely makes turn 2 or let alone 3. So he's at 60, or Cyclops is 64k, ranked at 87th. Damage, the one we really care about here, comes in at 7908, ranked 10th. So that to me is really good. I like it, especially when you're talking about that ultimate being at potentially 750% damage. And if it's timed right with an offense up because a Phoenix died, that thing is going to annihilate some people. So this right here could be really, really nice. Let's see, Black Bolt in comparison is at 9255. So, you know, it's not bad. So the old Cyclops was 7908. So the damage stayed the same. So that's good. So the damage did not change from what was there before. It's just Black Bolt has become so much higher than everyone else that it's kind of like, okay, Cyclops is not as strong as Black Bolt as far as that goes. Armor comes in at 113. That starts getting me a little worried about his ability to sustain and stick around. Focus is at 5th, which is really good. That's, you know, you want to see that for getting some of those debuffs on there. Resistance, again, ranked pretty low, 102. So again, is he going to be super squishy? And then his speed comes in at 108. So overall stat rankings wise, you know, his average rank is 61. I don't love it, but the stats that you really, really need, damage, focus, are both there. You know, and his speed's at 51, ranked 51st at 108. That's not bad. So let's just look real quick at Human Torch to see how he compares. All right, so Johnny, he was at 58k, so that's, you know, 6k less health. His damage is less, obviously. Armor rank was 90 at 2519. So Johnny's armor rank is actually higher than Cyclops, so that worries me a little bit. So the health is lower for Human Torch, but his armor's higher. Focus we don't care about. Resistance, it was at 23rd at 1645. Cyclops is worse. So there's definitely a chance that Cyclops could be a bit of a glass cannon here. We'll see. You know, obviously he gets the defense up right away, which is key. I don't know. I mean, this is just me saying this, but I'm a little less hyped for Cyclops than I was a while ago so far. The kit's great. The damage is really nice. I'm a bit worried he's too glass cannon. So, we'll see. So, anyway, let's do an outro. All right. So he's here. Well, kind of. He'll be here sometime soon. We'll release the details when we get him. We'll probably all get him around the same time. I don't think it's going to be an Envoy thing. But I like the kit. That ultimate is really going to be huge if you have the offense up and he can survive that long. I'm a little worried about his survivability to get there. But given the fact that Cyclops, or that Colossus is going to be taunting, there's going to be stealth, he should get there. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like they can't really focus, the enemy can't focus Cyclops because he should be getting evades and taunts. So, you know, I'm going to walk that back a bit and say he should get there fine unless something really terrible happens. So just imagine offense up 750% damage to everybody with the 10th ranked damage in the game. Yeah, that's going to be gross. Real gross. So anyway, my hype is a little less for what he was back in the day, but I still think he's going to be a phenomenal character given the X-Men team around him, keeping him around. I think the X-Men are going to do a lot better of keeping Cyclops there as opposed to the Fantastic Four and Johnny Storm. I just don't think they give him enough to get to turn 3. Whereas I think the X-Men are going to give enough to Cyclops to get there. So anyway, hope this helped you guys decide what you want to do to Cyclops when he gets in the game. As always, there's a bunch of content creators doing these. Go check out their opinions. And until next time, have a fantastic day.